From the 17th to the 19th century, there emerged from folklore a strange and disturbing tradition, the profession of a sin-eater. After death, the family of the deceased would employ the local sin-eater to come and sit in front of the corpse. Bread was placed on the body to absorb the dead person's sins. This was then consumed by the sin-eater, thus absorbing the sins of the deceased and easing their path to eternal salvation and preventing the most sinful from returning from the dead as ghosts or other paranormal entities. The sins the deceased had accumulated during their life would then become the sins of the sin-eater, weighing his own soul down with the misdeeds of the numerous men and women he served. While eating, the sin-eater would recite a special prayer: "I give easement and rest now to thee, dear man. Come not down the lanes or inner meadows, and for thy peace I pawn my own soul. Amen." The reward for this high spiritual price was a few pence in a meal, small enough that usually only the poorest people, the homeless, drunks or beggars, desperate for a meal and some coin, took on the burden. Sin-eaters were also treated as pariahs by the communities they served, deemed to become a bit more evil every time they took on the sins of another. The act of sin-eating itself was seen as a work of dark magic, witchcraft, or the devil. To be in the company of a sin-eater outside of the ritual itself was considered bad luck. The church had a very dim view of sin-eaters, as the clergy believed it had a monopoly on performing rituals of absolution. Thus sin-eating was outlawed and punishable by death. Those who employed sin-eaters had to do so in a cloud of secrecy, lest they be accused of heresy, blasphemy, or satanic worship. The origins of this belief come from Jesus' own sacrifice on the cross for all humanity's sins, and from custom where nobles before a funeral gave food to the poor in exchange for prayers. The last sin-eater, Richard Munslow, died in 1906. His gravestone, having fallen into disrepair, was restored in 2010 after a campaign which raised £1,000, with a special service led by the Reverend Norman Morris, Vicar of Rattling Hope in St. Margaret's Church. To remember the sin-eaters, their sacrifice, their burden, I raise a drink to you, sin-eater. Godspeed.